You think the Amazon is just full of monkeys, parrots, and colorful frogs? Think again. Because hidden beneath those emerald leaves lies one of the deadliest jungles on Earth. A place where danger crawls, slithers, and swims all around you. Here, every step could be your last. The water looks calm, until an electric eel shocks with 600 volts. The ground seems peaceful, until a bullet ant bites, delivering 24 hours of pure agony. And sometimes, death doesn't even roar. It hides in silence, waiting, watching. Imagine walking through the forest, surrounded by beauty so wild it feels unreal. Yet somewhere in the shadows, a jaguar's eyes are locked on you. Or worse. You dive into the river to cool off, and something the size of a toothpick swims straight into your body. This isn't a horror movie. It's the Amazon. A place where every creature, big or small, has a weapon of its own. From venomous spiders hiding in your shoes to frogs that can kill you with a single touch. Survival here isn't about strength. It's about luck. So buckle up, because we're counting down the top 10 deadliest animals in the Amazon. And trust me, the last one is so shocking, you won't believe it's real. Deep in the Amazon rainforest lives an insect so small you could crush it with your fingers. But if you ever try, you'll regret it for the next 24 hours. Meet the bullet ant, the creature known for delivering the most excruciating pain in the entire insect world. Its sting doesn't just hurt. It burns, throbs, and feels like a bullet tearing through your skin. That's why locals call it the 24-hour ant. Scientists who have been stung describe the feeling as walking barefoot on burning coals while a rusty nail is jammed into your foot. The pain is so intense, it can make grown men scream, tremble, and even hallucinate. These ants live high in the humid canopy, forming colonies that guard their trees like soldiers protecting a fortress. But what's truly unbelievable is how some Amazonian tribes use them. Young warriors, proving their strength, must wear gloves woven with hundreds of bullet ants, their stingers pressed against bare skin. They must endure the agony in silence. 10 minutes of sheer torture repeated over and over again. It's a test of courage, and only the strongest survive it. Imagine your hand swelling until it feels like it's on fire, your heartbeat racing, your muscles shaking uncontrollably, all caused by an insect smaller than your fingernail. When the pain finally fades, there's no scar, but the memory never leaves. In the depths of the Amazon, every step hides danger. And sometimes, it's not the jaguar or the snake you should fear, but the tiny ant waiting quietly on a leaf. But wait, if you think this one's bad, the next animal can stop your heart without even touching you. In the dark, murky waters of the Amazon River, something waits, something that doesn't bite, doesn't roar, but can strike you with the force of lightning itself. Meet the electric eel, nature's living battery. This creature looks harmless at first, a long, slippery fish gliding quietly through the water. But inside its body are special electric organs capable of generating over 600 volts of electricity. That's enough to knock a horse off its feet or stop a human heart. When threatened, the eel releases a powerful jolt that stuns anything nearby: fish, predators, even unlucky swimmers. The shock is so intense, it can cause your muscles to lock up, leaving you helpless as the river swallows you whole. Some victims have drowned not from the attack itself, but because their bodies froze mid-struggle. And get this, electric eels don't just use their power to defend themselves, they use it to hunt. They send out small electric pulses like radar, scanning for movement in the muddy water. Once they sense a heartbeat, zap, one deadly surge, and dinner is served. Scientists have even recorded eels leaping out of the water to deliver stronger shocks when threatened, a move straight out of a horror movie. Imagine that. A 5-foot eel launching itself at you, sparking like a live wire. It's a creature both terrifying and fascinating. A perfect reminder that in the Amazon, danger doesn't always come with fangs or claws. Sometimes it hides beneath the surface, waiting for you to make the wrong move. And if you think 600 volts is scary, just wait, because the next animal can tear through flesh faster than you can scream. Beneath the calm, brown waters of the Amazon, a school of tiny killers waits in silence. They don't stalk, they don't chase, they swarm. Meet the piranha, the river's most feared executioner. Each fish is only about the size of your hand, but don't let that fool you. Behind those innocent red eyes are rows of razor-sharp teeth designed to slice through flesh like scissors through paper. One bite is nothing, but 100 at once? That's a feeding frenzy straight out of a nightmare. When a drop of blood touches the water, chaos erupts. The surface boils as hundreds of piranhas attack with lightning speed, stripping their prey down to bone in less than a minute. Locals say you can hear the water sizzle from their snapping jaws. Scientists have recorded entire carcasses cleaned to the skeleton in under 60 seconds. And it's not just animals. There are stories of cattle, even humans, caught in the wrong place at the wrong time, leaving behind nothing but bones. Most piranhas aren't always aggressive, but when food is scarce or the current runs low, that's when they turn into monsters. What's truly terrifying is how fast it happens. You wouldn't even have time to scream before the water turns red. Imagine slipping into the river to cool off, and suddenly feeling dozens of tiny teeth tearing through your skin. Unstoppable, merciless, precise. The Amazon might look peaceful from above, but underneath, it's a war zone. Every ripple could hide 100 hungry mouths. So if you ever find yourself in these waters, stay still. Don't bleed. And definitely don't panic. Because the next predator doesn't just bite, it hunts you in silence. In the heart of the Amazon, shadows move between the trees. Fast, silent, invisible. You won't hear it. You won't smell it. But the moment you feel its eyes on you, it's already too late. This is the jaguar, the ultimate predator of the jungle. Unlike lions or tigers that chase their prey across open plains, the jaguar hunts with patience. It stalks from the shadows, waiting for the perfect second to strike. When it does, there's no escape. With jaws stronger than any other big cat, it bites straight through the skull. One clean, lethal strike to the brain. No struggle, no mercy. Every movement is silent, every step calculated. It can swim, climb, and kill in complete darkness. Local villagers say the jungle grows quiet right before a jaguar attacks, as if the entire forest knows what's about to happen. Even crocodiles and anacondas fear it. And while most predators go for the throat, jaguars go for the head, crushing bones with over 1,500 pounds of bite force. Imagine that. One moment you're sitting by the river, the next, something explodes out of the darkness with the power of a sledgehammer. What makes it even more fascinating is how beautiful it is. That golden coat, with black rosettes glows under the moonlight. It's deadly and mesmerizing at the same time. Nature's perfect assassin. The jaguar doesn't roar to warn you. It doesn't chase to thrill you. It kills to survive. And it does it better than anyone else in the jungle. So if the forest suddenly goes quiet, don't relax. Run. Because the next creature doesn't attack from the trees. It hides right where you sleep. In the tangled roots and fallen leaves of the Amazon, something waits. Not big, not loud, but absolutely deadly. The Brazilian wandering spider doesn't spin webs or wait in corners. It wanders, it hunts, and it can turn a single careless moment into your last. Unlike most spiders that hide away, this one prowls the jungle floor at night, searching for prey. Frogs, insects, even small lizards. Its venom is so powerful, it can kill a human in just a few hours. A single bite sends waves of burning pain, muscle paralysis, and eventually, your lungs simply stop working. Death by suffocation, silent, fast, and real. The worst part? It loves dark, warm places, shoes, clothes, sleeping bags. Every year, people wake up screaming, not from nightmares, but from finding one of these monsters crawling across their skin. Scientists say even hospitals fear running out of the antidote in regions where this spider roams freely. It doesn't need to be big to be terrifying. Its hairy legs stretch up to 6 inches, and when threatened, it rears up, fangs dripping with venom, a warning that few live to ignore. There's a reason it's often called the banana spider. Shipments of bananas from South America have been found carrying these deadly hitchhikers, meaning your grocery store could be harboring one right now. Imagine picking up a bunch of bananas, and something starts to move inside. That's not your imagination. That's nature's reminder that beauty and death can travel together. In the Amazon, danger doesn't always roar. Sometimes it crawls into your tent at night. But don't relax yet, because the next creature is even older, bigger, and strong enough to swallow a jaguar whole. When night falls over the Amazon River, the water turns into a mirror of glowing red eyes. Those aren't reflections. They're black caimans, ancient reptiles that have ruled these waters for millions of years. Silent, patient, and absolutely merciless. Reaching lengths of over 16 feet and weighing nearly a ton, the black caiman is the largest predator in the Amazon. Bigger than the crocodiles you've seen on TV, stronger than most sharks, and built like a living tank. Its dark, armor-like scales blend perfectly with the night water. The reason you never see it coming until it's too late. It doesn't chase. It waits. Floating motionless for hours, even days, watching and listening. When prey finally steps too close to the riverbank, a capybara, a monkey, even a jaguar, it strikes with explosive force. The jaws snap shut with more than 2 tons of pressure, dragging the victim underwater in seconds. No noise, no struggle, no mercy. Locals call it the shadow of the river. And for good reason, once it chooses you, there's no escape. Some scientists believe the black caiman is a living descendant of prehistoric monsters that survived extinction. When you look into its eyes, you're staring straight into Earth's violent past. What's even more terrifying is how quietly it moves. You could be paddling in a canoe at night, hearing only the soft rhythm of water, and then suddenly, silence. A splash, and nothing. It's not the biggest creature in the Amazon, but it might be the most efficient killer. The jungle fears it. The river belongs to it. And if you think that's deadly, wait until you meet the next animal, One that's small, bright, and beautiful, but can kill you just by touching your skin. In a world full of predators that hide in shadows, this one dares to stand out. Glowing blue, yellow, and fiery red, the poison dart frog looks like a jewel dropped from heaven. But touch it, and it's instant regret. These tiny frogs, no bigger than your thumb, carry enough poison to kill 10 grown men. Their skin is coated in batrachotoxin, one of the most potent natural toxins ever discovered. A single drop can paralyze nerves, stop a heartbeat, and shut down your body before you even realize what's happening. The bright colors aren't for beauty. They're a deadly warning. In the Amazon, vibrant means don't touch. Here's what's wild. These frogs aren't born deadly. Their poison comes from what they eat. Tiny toxic insects and ants found deep in the jungle. Take them out of the wild, and they lose their venom. It's as if the jungle itself fuels their power. For centuries, indigenous tribes have used this poison for hunting. Warriors would dip the tips of their darts in the frog's venom. One scratch from that dart, and the prey collapses instantly. That's how they earned the name poison dart frogs. Imagine seeing one of these radiant creatures under a beam of sunlight. So small, so beautiful, yet carrying death in every cell. It's nature's cruelest paradox. The more beautiful it looks, the faster it can kill you. And yet, despite their danger, they play a vital role in the Amazon's delicate balance. They remind us that in this jungle, nothing is purely good or evil, only survival. So next time you see something bright and beautiful in the wild, maybe don't reach for it. Because beauty here bites back. But the next creature, it's not bright or colorful. It's dark, fast, and crawls straight into your nightmares. If the Amazon rainforest had a monster straight out of your worst dreams, this would be it. Meet the giant centipede, a venomous, lightning-fast predator that can grow over 12 inches long. And yes, it really does hunt in your sleep. Imagine lying in a hammock, the jungle humming around you, when something long and cold slithers across your arm. You think it's a vine, until it bites. That's the moment panic sets in, because a giant centipede's bite isn't just painful, it's paralyzing. The venom attacks your nervous system, flooding your body with burning pain and waves of nausea. It's strong enough to kill mice, birds, even snakes. Its body looks like it was designed in a horror lab. Armored plates, dozens of twitching legs that ripple as it moves, and sharp claws on its head that inject venom into prey. It moves silently through the leaf litter, climbing trees, walls, even ceilings. No matter where you are in the jungle, it can find a way to you. Scientists have watched these centipedes ambush bats mid-flight, literally hanging upside down from cave roofs and snatching them out of the air. It's brutal, efficient, and terrifyingly intelligent. And when cornered, they don't run, they fight. Their bite can cause fever, heart palpitations, and hallucinations that last for days. Local legends say the centipede is the guardian of the underworld, a creature that feeds on fear itself. Looking into its glossy, black body under flashlight feels like staring at something ancient, something that shouldn't exist, but does. So if you ever explore the Amazon and feel a sudden tickle on your neck, don't look down. You might not like what you see, because the next predator doesn't crawl or sting. It squeezes the life out of you one bone-crushing breath at a time. In the endless swamps and flooded forests of the Amazon, a shadow moves beneath the water, silent, patient, ancient. This is the green anaconda, the heaviest snake on Earth, and one of the most terrifying predators nature ever created. It doesn't chase, it waits. Hidden under the surface, it feels every vibration, every ripple. Then, with explosive speed, it strikes, wrapping its 30-foot-long body around its victim in a death grip so powerful it can crush bones and stop a heartbeat in seconds. There's no hissing, no sound, just the slow squeeze of pure muscle. Unlike venomous snakes, the anaconda kills by constriction. Each breath you take makes its coils tighter, until you can't breathe at all. Scientists estimate that a large female can exert over 90 pounds of pressure per square inch, enough to snap ribs like twigs. Once the prey stops moving, the snake slowly swallows it whole. Deer, capybaras, even caimans. There are stories, whispered among locals, of people disappearing in the rivers, their last scream swallowed by the jungle. Despite its monstrous size, the anaconda is a master of stealth. Its olive-green scales blend perfectly with the murky water, turning it into a living ghost. Sometimes, only a pair of eyes break the surface, watching, waiting, and when it strikes, it's already too late. There's something almost ancient about it, like a creature left behind from the age of dinosaurs, reminding us that the Amazon is still wild, still untamed. Every year, explorers report seeing ones longer than school buses, though few have the courage to get close enough to prove it. So if you ever find yourself waist-deep in Amazon water and the current suddenly stops moving, don't look down, because the river might already be looking back. But the final creature on our list isn't big, strong, or loud. It's tiny, invisible, and perhaps the most horrifying killer of them all. You've faced venom, fangs, and bone-crushing giants. But nothing, absolutely nothing, compares to this. The candiru fish, also called the vampire fish of the Amazon, is only a few centimeters long, yet it's the most feared creature in the entire jungle. At first glance, it looks harmless, a tiny, transparent fish that slips through the water like a ghost. But what makes it terrifying isn't what you see, it's what it does. The candiru has a horrifying habit. It's drawn to the scent of urine. And when people swim or bathe in the Amazon's warm rivers, this tiny creature can follow that chemical trail straight into the human body, through the urethra. Once inside, it spreads its sharp spines, anchoring itself so it can't be pulled out. The pain is instant, excruciating. Victims describe it as being stabbed from the inside out. In the worst cases, the only way to remove it is through surgery. Some Amazon locals even refuse to enter the water at certain times of the year, not because of piranhas or snakes, but because of this invisible nightmare. Scientists long debated if the stories were myths, until documented cases proved them horrifyingly real. It doesn't attack out of malice, it's simply confused, mistaking humans for larger fish hosts. But tell that to the poor souls who've lived through it. There's something deeply unsettling about a creature so small, yet capable of inflicting so much pain. No warning, no escape, just one unlucky moment and a lifetime of fear. So if you ever find yourself standing by the Amazon River, thinking of taking a swim, maybe think again. Because down there, the water isn't calm, it's watching. And that's why, in the world's deadliest jungle, the smallest creature wears the biggest crown. You've just survived a journey through the deadliest jungle on Earth, a world where every leaf hides danger, and even the tiniest creature can take your life in seconds. From the bullet ant's fiery sting to the silent crush of the anaconda, the Amazon proves one thing beyond doubt. You don't need to be big to be deadly. It's a place where beauty and terror live side by side. A frog that glows like a gemstone, yet carries death in every drop of its skin. A spider that fits in your shoe, but can stop your heart. A fish no longer than your finger that can cause agony beyond imagination. Out here, survival isn't about strength or speed. It's about respect. Every creature in this jungle has a story written in blood, instinct, and evolution. Together, they create a balance so fragile that one wrong step could shatter it. And maybe that's what makes the Amazon so hauntingly beautiful. It reminds us that nature doesn't play favorites. It simply is. So next time you look at the rainforest and think it's peaceful, remember what lurks beneath the leaves and below the surface. The jungle isn't evil, it's alive. It breathes, hunts, and tests everything that enters. Because here in the Amazon, life and death are just two sides of the same vine. If you thought these animals were terrifying, wait until you see the ones that glow in the dark. Creatures so strange, they look like they were made on another planet. Click here to find out, and tell me, which of these deadly animals shocked you the most?